Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to explore something that shaped not just religion but also the very language and literature of England, the development of the English Bible. Now, let's start right from the beginning. The earliest attempts go back to the 8th century when the Venerable Bede translated a portion of the Gospel of St. John into Old English prose. Around the same time, we also have the Lindisfarne Gospels around 700 and later A. Elefric's prose translations around 1000. These early works show us how English slowly began to find its place alongside Latin. But during the Anglo-Norman period, things slowed down. Why? Because French and Latin dominated. Still, some efforts continued, especially translations of the Psalms and Pauline epistles. The real turning point came in the 14th century with John Wyclif. Between 1384 and 1388, he led the first complete translation of the Bible into English. The second Wyclifian version, possibly revised by John Purvey, was more polished and widely read. And here's something to mark: it was asked in the exam. Then comes William Tyndale, a giant in the history of the English Bible. In 1526, he published his New Testament, and unlike earlier translations, Tyndale went straight to the Hebrew and Greek texts, not the Latin Vulgate. His phrasing was so powerful that much of it still echoes in later versions. Carrying forward Tyndale's work, Miles Coverdale published his Bible in 1535. He had a gift for rhythm and phrase, and many of the most beautiful biblical expressions in English are credited to him. Soon after came the Matthew's Bible of 1537, associated with John Rogers, a friend of Coverdale. This version was finely printed and laid the foundation for later revisions. Now, under Henry VIII, we get the Great Bible of 1539, the first authorized English version. Imagine, for the first time, an official Bible read aloud in the churches of England. But the story doesn't stop there. In 1560, we have the Geneva Bible, sometimes nicknamed the Breeches Bible because of its quirky translation of Genesis. It carried strong Calvinist influence and was especially popular among Puritans thanks to its extensive marginal notes. The Elizabethan Church tried to counter this with the Bishop's Bible of 1568. It was a grand folio edition translated by bishops and scholars, but despite its splendor, it never matched the Geneva Bible's popularity. And then here comes the crown jewel, the King James Bible of 1611. Also called the Authorized Version. Commissioned by King James I, it combined the best of earlier translations, creating a work of unmatched literary beauty. This Bible not only became the religious standard of England, but also had a profound influence on English literature, style, and thought. Writers from Milton to T.S. Eliot carried its rhythms and diction in their works. So, when you think about the English Bible, don't just think religion, think of it as the heartbeat of English prose, shaping the very language we study today. So, in your exam, what usually comes is the chronological order of English Bible translations. And remembering dates can be tricky, but don't worry, we've made 2 easy codes to lock them in your memory. First, the early set. The code is Mr. White is cooking. Say it with me once. Mr. White is cooking. Now map the pieces. Y for Wyclif's Bible from 1384 to 1388. T for Tyndale's Bible 1526. Q for Coverdale's Bible 1535. And King's for King James Bible 1611. Pause here and note this down. This set is often asked in exams, and this one sentence gives you the full order. Next, the mid-Tudor to Elizabethan set. The code is Matthew is the great and genuine bishop. Unpack it in order. Matthew's Bible 1537, the Great Bible 1539, Geneva Bible 1560, Bishop's Bible 1568. Here the rhythm: Matthew, great, genuine, bishop. That's your sequence. Quick self-check. Close your eyes and say both codes aloud. Mr. White is cooking. Then Matthew is the great and genuine bishop. One last tip. Write these 2 sentences at the top of your notes. When a chronology question appears, just translate the code into the full list done in seconds.